Hi, this is Coach Brian with the YMCA. Thank you for your time. This first video is going to be focused on 2-3 zone. There'll be a second video that talks about the 3-2 zone. It is important to understand that our defense can change on the fly at any time based on the number of low post players that the offense is putting on the floor. So in other words, if the offense that we are playing has one player down low and 4 players up high, we're going to counter that with a 3-2. So we're matching perimeter strength, and we still have bigger numbers down low. You know, if the team we're playing decides to put somebody here and somebody here, well, we're going to counter that with a 2-3, where we're still a little bit weak in perimeter, but we have strength down low. And that's really what this video is going to focus on, is how this differs a little bit from what you're used to at a rec, league 2-3. There are some very key points. Let's talk real quickly about what the zones and responsibilities are. You all should know this. I will take a very quick stab at it. You know, from a zone perspective, the guards up top have responsibility just past center, down here for this guard. This guard, again, just past center, down here. We do this overlapping so that nobody has the ability to go straight down between the two of them. You should always be closing out. The center is going to have responsibility basically inside the lane, not too high. There's a chance you go a step or two out, but that is the most. Your role is to be, the defender of the middle and making sure nothing comes through there. This is where it differs from the rec leagues and what we're trying to accomplish. Is normally in the rec leagues, these people, or actually the entire back row, kind of play defense as a blob. So in other words, if there's 2 players here, these 3 match up on these 2. We're not going to do that. We're going to make sure that 2 guys are manning up on their guys, and that the leftover defensive post player gets involved in the perimeter defense. So there is some acknowledgement with this person right here that you don't just sit here the whole time because somebody's right there. And that's really the difference. What you'll see is that, let's say the ball's over here, this person will be scared to death the ball is going to come in. So they might front him here, even though the real responsibility is there. In this defense, we're going to assume that Heath and Max in the middle understand their role and responsibility, and that me being the front side, post player, I'm going to come out and attack, the perimeter. So that's the real difference. In rec league, everybody stays here and defends the 2 guys. The players are just too good at this level for us to leave somebody unguarded. We are going to fortify our strength down low, but we can't camp out and just stay there. So let's take a look at that. There are really, about 1 or 2 keys that we need to understand. And most of this is going to focus on the 3 guys in the back. And even though you've played a guard all your life, Riddy, Zachary, Robert, there is a good chance that you might play one of these 2 post positions. So everybody has to understand this role across the whole team. So here is the first key. Let's say that they're set up like this. They got a couple of big guys down here. The first key that these 3 have to be aware of is once the ball comes down the middle, where does it go? Let's say that it gets swung out here to the right to the wing. This is the most important piece. The front side post player needs to understand they're going to have responsibility to help out their guards. In every situation, if the ball comes here, these 2 are considered the backside. And so Heath and Max, you're going to attack this guy. Other backside post player, you're going to come and attack this guy. It's very important to note that we've got to understand when we're backside to get in position. We need to communicate all the way through. Heath and Max, you will always have the ball side post player. So if the ball comes over here and comes over here, you need to quickly come over here and relieve this guy so that he can become part of the zone defense on the perimeter. And if that happens, that means this guy who is out here defending needs to react quickly and come back and get engaged. Understand at this pace of basketball, it is going to swing back and forth 2 or 3 times in any given possession, which means you guys are trading responsibilities 2 or 3 times a possession. Absolutely critical that we understand who's front side and who's back side, and making sure that we're always rotating to the proper person. I'm going from in the zone to going man-to-man against one of the big guys. So that's the first key, is understanding the principle of front side and back side, and that it could switch multiple times in any given possession. Let's talk about what it means, though. We said that if the ball came out here, these two were going to attack the low post guys. We just said that should be understood. So now, what does this guy do? There's really just 1 or 2 checks that he needs to make. First off, is there anybody in the corner? If there is, I need to go about halfway out there. I'm not engaging them. I'm simply protecting the baseline. If this guy were to shoot in, I could still come over and help. I'm just halfway protecting that if he gets the ball, I'm in the proper position. Let's assume that there's no one in the corner. Instead, we got 1 guard here, we got 1 guard here. And these guys are both covering the low post player. So the front side post player is now understanding that the zone difference is right about there. Is going to take 3 or 4 steps out and set up shop. We're just preparing. If this guy takes a bolt down here, these 2 guys have got to talk. And right about here, you've got to pick him up. And he's going to back up and play support. The key is, if we leave you sitting right here because you're afraid of this guy, I can tell you right now, he's going to get an angle, come right down here, dish the ball, score it, he's going to win. So that's why this post player has got to come out and take responsibility for his zone. So again, we're recognizing where the ball is. If I'm backside, I'm immediately engaging low post player. If I'm front side, I'm checking the corner. If no one's there, I'm coming out in my zone. If someone is there, I'm going to go and meet them halfway. So those are a couple of the basics related to what the post players have to do. Again, it's simply not enough for us to camp out and try to double team this guy as it leaves somebody wide open over here. So very important, front side recognizes it. Let's assume the ball swings back over here. He was just right here. Quickly, he's got to come and start playing man-to-man there. Heath was here. Max is right there. We've got to switch there. This guy was over here, and now he's got to peel off, check the corner if no one's there, play a zone if someone is there, protect baseline. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's talk about some cool stuff we'll be doing and why this is important. Let's say that, again, the ball swung out over here. And let's say they ran a guy all the way down to this corner. So he was right here. Somebody comes down here, and the ball gets passed to him. We're going to engage him all the way out as far as he is. I'm going to engage him tight. We have to make sure we take a proper angle so that we don't get baseline taken from us. It is just an easy 2 points if we don't do it. This is why I have this arc coming over here to make sure we cut off baseline. But we are going to quickly, we have to react immediately, and we're going to swiftly come out and defend this person. The reason why is because our guards are going to trap. So as soon as the guard sees our post player attack the corner, we're going to immediately attack as well. This guy should come down here, and these two will remain engaged. So we're not allowed to do this in our rec leagues today. What we're doing is we're using the baseline and the sideline as an extra defender. He can't go anywhere. we have the opportunity to even cross our feet right here to make sure he can't split us. This guy might want to have his foot on the outside of the baseline so that he can't jump our leg. The point is we have two people right here against one, and he's in panic mode. Couple of things. We do not swat at the ball, grab at the ball, reach at the ball. Don't do it. It will be a quick foul. What we're going to do is we're going to have our feet positioned so he can't split us. We're going to have our hands at the same height as the ball. If it's moving, your hands are moving, but we're never reaching in. We're trying to get closer and closer to him. If he puts the ball low, that just allows us to get closer. If he turns his back, we get even closer. And what we're trying to do is cause a turnover when he goes to pass the ball. That's when one of our guys will get it or we will block it. So the keys to this is recognizing always when the ball goes to the corner, taking a good route to get there, and being fast. If you wait 2 seconds, the ball's already shot. This guy cannot leave until he is en route to make sure we have protection. So that is really the predominant thing as far as trapping in the corners that we're going to focus on. Lastly, let's talk about trapping in the short corner. There's going to be guys, so again, let's say that Heath's on this guy. Let's say that Robert's on this guy. We've got Zachary L, that's on this guy. And we have the balls right here and Riddy's right there. So let's say that this guy kind of makes a move on Heath's right there. The ball comes into him. This guard or even this post player are going to converge. So anytime the ball is in the corner and anytime the ball is anywhere right in here, the guard that's closest to it is going to run and double team with our post player down low. So that is really the couple of keys that are important as far as trapping, as far as getting out there. I think that really covers it. So the main thing we got to understand is when we're set up, where did the ball go? Who's front side? Back side attacks the ball or attacks the low post guys. Front side's going to check to see if there's anyone in the corner, and we're going to keep checking. If there is, we're always going to cut off baseline and be half engaged. If he gets the ball, we're going to attack as close as we can because behind us will be a guard coming to double team and trap him. If the ball comes out, we immediately converge back to where we should be. I hope that makes sense. We'll cover the 3-2 next. Again, it's just very important that we stay disciplined in this scheme.